Can you hear me? Can you hear me now on the phone? Can you hear me? No? Oh. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to this Eagle Court of Honor ceremony. My name is Mike DePercio. I'm the Unit Committee Chair of Troop 6 and the proud father of 2 Eagle Scouts. I'll be your host for this ceremony. This is Dave Partika, the Scoutmaster of Troop 6. Tonight's Eagle Court of Honor ceremony, this morning's Eagle Court of Honor ceremony is for Troop 6 Scout Jacob Weaver. Please stand for the opening ceremony. Color Guard, present the colors. Scout salute. Would Senior Patrol Leader and Life Scout Jameson Dalpy please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Please post the colors. Would Assistant Senior Patrol Leader and Life Scout Mason Pitts please lead us in the Scout Oath? On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Would Star Scout and brother of our Eagle candidate, Daniel Weaver, please lead us in the Scout law? Loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, reverent. Please remain standing for the blessing, which will be delivered by John Niles, grandfather of the Eagle candidate. If John could please come forward, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on Jacob's grandparents. John Niles served 22 years in the Air Force and retired as a lieutenant colonel. He served as Scoutmaster for 3 years and then 17 years on the Foothills District Advancement Committee. His assignment was approving Eagle projects and conducting Eagle boards of review. During that time, he helped a little over 100 boys reach the rank of Eagle. He's Wood Badge trained and earned the Silver Beaver from the Chief Seattle Council. John's been married for 57 years to Linda Niles. She spent over 30 years in Scout programs, including the Girl Scouts of America as a Brownie leader and as a Girl Scout leader. When John was stationed in Ottawa, Canada, Linda spent 2 years as an assistant scout leader with Canadian Queen Scout Troop. Returning to the U.S., she served in various positions in Cub Scouting and Boy Scouting, as well as district positions and helping Chief Seattle Council powwow, and received her Silver Beaver Award as well from the Chief Seattle Council. So these folks are avid Scouters, and it's an honor to have you deliver the blessing today.
Let us pray. Almighty Father in heaven, we, friends, family, scouts, scouters, are truly grateful to be gathered here to honor a young man earning the rank of Eagle Scout, the highest rank awarded in the scouting program. We pray for thy Spirit to be with us, enlighten us, strengthen us, help us to always remember and live the Scout Oath and the Scout Law to become better people, better citizens, and more trusted of thee. We offer this prayer now humbly in the name of thy beloved Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Please be seated. It's okay, I'll get it. To show support for our new Eagle Scout and his family, will all Eagle Scouts who are present please rise? Give these folks a round of applause. Jacob, you should be standing. There you go. Okay, you can be seated. The awarding of the Eagle Badge and medal to Jacob tonight is a very special occasion. The Eagle Scout Badge represents accomplishments in Scout skills, in teamwork, in membership and leadership of the troop. And in Scout spirit is represented by living the Scout oath and law. The Eagle Scout Badge also represents an understanding of community and nation. It stands for strength of character and represents ability and willingness to be of service to others. The Eagle Badge symbolizes a job that a Scout started and finished, but more importantly, it represents what the Scout will be in the future once grown to adulthood. For these reasons, we're proud to conduct this ceremony for this exceptional young man from Troop 6, Jacob Weaver. Throughout history, the eagle has been the symbol of ideals, civilizations, and nations. The American bald eagle is a symbol of our nation. In 1911, following tradition, the Boy Scouts chose the eagle as the symbol of the highest rank that a Scout can earn. Jacob, let's look back on the trail that you've climbed. Look back at the experiences that you've encountered on your ascent. You should remember the positive experiences as well as the life lessons that you may have learned from the negative ones. Experience is a valuable teacher if you heed its teachings. At this time, I'd like to call forward the Scouts who will be presenting the Road to Eagle candle ceremony. Rainer, James, Jacob, Noah, Daniel, and Maddox. Maddox, you come out to the far right. Thank you. Jacob, your road to Eagle began at a young age as a Cub Scout. As a Cub Scout, you enjoyed friendships with fellow Cubs in Pack 45 as you progressed through various requirements. After crossing over to Boy Scouts, you took your first step upon the trail as a Scout. You started living the Scout oath and law. All the while you were on the trail, we watched you study, and we saw you learn by doing. After a few steps, your brother Scouts called you a tenderfoot. And you were right. They were right. You were indeed a tenderfoot. But not for long. You soon reached the ledge where you were greeted by a large number of Scouts of second-class rank. Some of those Scouts, like you, were stopping to catch their breath before continuing along the trail. You all studied more, you worked harder, and almost before you knew it, you each came to another ledge where the first-class Scouts dwell. You may have been tempted to remain on that ledge, as many others do. They stop forever on this ledge. But you chose to climb higher and eventually reach the ledge of the Star Scout. You realized that the trail from first class to star had been not as difficult as it seemed at first, which spurred you to climb further. Now the trail was steeper and less worn, but with the same determination with which you started your climb, you continued up the trail. And the heart badge of the Life Scout rank was placed on your uniform. The original principles of the Scout Oath and Law now had a fuller meaning to you, and your understanding of them was greater. Jacob, we've watched your character grow and your leadership expand into a valuable asset. We've watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. While completing your project, your Eagle project, you demonstrated leadership, imagination, perseverance, planning skills, and true Scout spirit. Now that you're upon the threshold of your goal, we congratulate you for having done your climb in the true Scout manner. During after the ceremony, we'll have opportunity to learn more about Jacob's journey as you talk with him and view some of the items that are on display that represent that journey, including his Eagle Project. Thank you, Scouts. Please be seated. At this time, I'd like to ask the Honor Guard, Jameson Dalpy and Mason Pitts, to please escort Jacob to the front. And Jacob, I invite you to light the candle for Eagle Rank, which is down on the at the end, just after Life Rank. Thank you. Mason and Jameson, you can be seated. Jacob, you can join me up here. How you doing? I'll be standing for a while. You ready? Jacob started his scouting journey in September 2013 as a Cub Scout in Pac 45 at Shenendehowa United Methodist Church. He crossed over to Boy Scout Troop 101 in 2017, then transferred here to Troop 6 in September of 2018 when Troop 101 dissolved. That was our game. We got Jacob and his whole family, including his brother Daniel, who's a Star Scout, his mom Katie, who's a Troop Committee Advancement Chair, and his dad Jared, who frequently accompanies us on campouts and community service projects. Over the years, Jacob showed really remarkable personal growth, I think, in a number of ways. And I want to tell you a little bit about his trajectory in the troop from my perspective as I got to know him. During his time in the troop, he held several leadership positions or positions of responsibility. And in those positions, he always provided a really strong example of dedication and responsibility to that position. He's earned a total of 29 merit badges. That's 8 more than he needs for Eagle Rank. And this qualified him for a Bronze Palm Award, which he'll receive tonight as well, along with his Eagle Awards. He attended National Youth Leadership Training, which is really an excellent scouting program that's geared towards helping scouts hone and develop their leadership skills. And this strengthened his skills, which he eventually applied when he assumed the position of senior patrol leader for the troop. I always thought Jacob was one of the more reserved scouts in the troop, but I came to realize that reserved nature really reflects a thoughtfulness he has. He thinks hard about things when he's in charge of things or when you're talking with him. In fact, that thoughtful reflection was something that stood out to members of his Eagle Board of Review just a few months back. In his role as senior patrol leader, my initial sense when he stepped up was that he might be a little uncertain about it. He sometimes worries about things a little bit. But I think that reflected the fact that he took the position seriously and cared about his role in the troop. And this translated into effective leadership. He has a quiet, steady, well-thought-out leadership style. And I think he provided a really excellent role model for later leadership in the troop. And he continues to do that as he stands up here today as a newly minted Eagle Scout. In fulfillment of the requirements for Eagle Rank, Jacob completed a service project to construct a large informational kiosk for Veterans Memorial Park here in Clifton Park. His job was to design the kiosk, acquire the required materials, and lead his team of volunteers in its construction. Not a small job, and these kiosks that the town likes are monsters. They involve a lot, and I think Jacob, with the help of some of his volunteers, actually identified a few flaws in the design that they shared back to the town. And so I like that improvement aspect of his project as well. The project helped him to develop and hone his own organization skills. I think he learned a lot about organization, preparation, and thinking on his feet when problems inevitably crop up. And I think he learned a lot from troubleshooting those glitches and bumps. As he got towards the end, and it's time to get all the paperwork done, and I'm the one that has to bring it to the council office, like with other scouts often happens, I was getting a little worried because I wasn't quite sure it was coming together. And I remember I went to the house, and his dad, Jared, was there. Jacob was off with his mom. And I was telling him what I think we need today, and, he's texting him on the phone, and I finally find that it's right there on the dining room table, and it's all organized and all done. And everything was ready to go. And that kind of really showed me how you've really, come a long way in your organizational skills and your preparation skills, and sort of taking control of your situation and leading your project. So that's when I really realized how much Jacob had come in his personal development. He graduated from Shen High School last June. In just a few weeks, he'll leave for college for BYU, Idaho, where he'll focus on mechanical engineering. On behalf of the troop, Jacob, I want to thank you for setting an outstanding example for your fellow scouts. You've earned the rank of Eagle, and it's my honor to present that rank to you today, which we'll do shortly. We know we'll see more of you since your family is firmly entrenched in this troop, so you'll be back. But we wish you well in the next chapter of your life. Congratulations on your achievement, Jacob. Okay, on with the ceremony. At this time, I'd like to call forward Troop 6 Eagle Scout Jackson Pitts, home from college on winter break, who will present the Eagle Challenge to Jacob. In delivering the challenge, Jackson will be joined by Jacob's father, Jared, an Eagle Scout, Troop 6 Eagle Scouts Thomas Strife and Andrew Choi, also home from college on break, and rising Troop 6 Eagle candidate Jamison Dalby.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jackson Pitts, as Mr. DePercio said. I am a Troop 6 Eagle Scout. I had the privilege of working with Jacob and kind of going through the ranks with Jacob, so I'm happy and honored to be here supporting him today. We will now present the Eagle Scout Challenge to our newest Eagle Scout.
Jacob, the foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. He knows that a scout is trustworthy, is the first point of the scout law for a good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not only because honor is important to him, but because of the vital significance of the example he sets for other scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on his home, his house of worship, his troop, and his community. May the white color of the Eagle badge remind you always to live with honor. The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. A scout is true to his family, scout leaders, friends, school, and nation. His loyalty to his troop and brother scouts makes him pitch in and carry his share of the load. All of these help to build the loyalty, which means devotion to community, to country, to one's own ideal, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle badge always inspire your loyalty.
The third obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which men measure themselves and others. To a scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical danger, but the determination to stand up for the right. Trusting in God, with faith in his fellow man, he looks forward to each day, seeking his share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you always of courage.
The fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile, the red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the second-class scout, which has its end turned up in a smile.
The final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who still toil up Scouting's trail, just as others helped him on the climb to Eagle. The performance of a daily good turn takes on a new meaning when he enters a more adult life of continuing to serve others. The Eagle stands as the protector of the weak and helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and the oppressed. He upholds the rights of others while defending his own. He will always be prepared to put forth his best.
Jacob, you deserve much credit for having achieved Scout's highest rank, but wear your rank with humility, ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example. May the Scout oath and Scout law be your guide throughout life. Congratulations.
I'd like to call forward Troop 6 Scoutmaster, Mr. Dave Partika, who will administer the Eagle Pledge to Jacob.
I state your name. Realize the obligations to my fellow Scouts, my home, my country, and my God. I will at all times do my best. I will at all times do my best to assist other Scouts who are climbing the trail of the Eagle, and to be a living example of the Scout oath and law to the best of my ability. Good job.
Becoming an Eagle Scout is not the end of the journey, it's just the beginning, Jacob. As a new Eagle, you're charged with a goal for the future. Mr. Dave Lala, Eagle Scout and Troop 6 leader, will now administer the Eagle Charge.
Jacob, as you reach the highest award in Scouting, I have the honor of administering the Eagle Scout Charge. The Scouts of all nations make up one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history. You've been judged by the Boy Scouts of America as being worthy of the rank of Eagle Scout. As you know, this is a position of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you assume solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to your country, to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to these obligations, you bring honor to yourself and your fellow Scouts. America has many good things to give you and to give your children after you. But these good things depend on the quality of her citizens. Our country has had a great past. You can help make the future even greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only towards the best. Live up to every task that you do, every office you hold, and the highest level of service to God and other people. There are too many who use their strength and their brains to exploit others to gain selfish ends. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and abilities to the common good and leave behind a record which other Scouts may be proud. You will now rededicate yourself by repeating the Scout oath and resolving to forever uphold its principles with the ambition and perseverance that have brought you this far. Please make the Scout sign and repeat after me. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country. To obey the Scout law. To help other people at all times. To keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Jacob, your conduct along the trail has been excellent, but your future is just as important. As an Eagle Scout, you've become a guide to other Scouts and an example to your community. Remember, people will now expect more of you. To falter in your responsibility would reflect not only you, but your fellow Eagles and all of Scouting. The torch you carry is not only yours, but also ours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lala. It's now time for the highlight of our program, presentation of the Eagle Scout Award. Would Jacob's parents, Jared and Katie, please come forward? We'll begin with the awarding of the parents' pins, which are presented by the Eagle candidate to recognize the support that he's received from his parents. Jacob, because your father raised you, taught you important lessons, gave you solace, comforted you, and assisted you in your development, I ask you to please present to him the Eagle Dad's pin, an outward symbol of your achievement which he can wear with pride. No one will ever know the countless acts of self-sacrifice and help from the mother of this Eagle Scout, which has led to this day. Jacob, as a symbol of what your mother has made possible and what she means to you, please present her the Eagle Mom's pin so that she can wear it with pride as a symbol of your achievement. Now we'll present the Eagle Badge to Jacob. This is the official insignia for this rank. Katie, as the proud mom of your Eagle Scout, will you please pin the insignia to the left pocket of Jacob's uniform? In preparation for his rank award, we'll now present Jacob with his Eagle neckerchief and slide. And now I'll officially present the rank of Eagle to Jacob. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America, I hereby award the rank of Eagle to you, Jacob Niles. Congratulations, Jacob. Congratulations, parents. You two can take your seats. You stay here, Jacob. I'll now administer the Eagle Oath to our new Eagle Scout. And at this time, I'd like to invite all Eagle Scouts in the audience to please join us on the chancel, standing behind Jacob, to reaffirm your pledge by repeating the Eagle Scout Oath. Why don't you turn and face me? You guys can line up right behind him. Please make the Scout sign and repeat after me. I affirm or reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example, to make my status and my influence count strongly for better scouting. And for better citizenship in my troop, in my community, and in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. Thank you. You can be seated. And at this point in our celebration, it's my pleasure to invite Jacob to the podium to present his own comments.
I first want to start by thanking everybody who came today for joining me today on this special occasion. The road to Eagle was a long, difficult path for me, and without the support of family, friends, and fellow scouts and leaders, I would not be here today. I also want to thank some specific groups for helping me. First, I want to thank Troop 6 for taking me in after my first trip dissolved. Without them, I would not be here today. Additionally, I want to thank Clifton Park Lowe's for supplying the majority of building materials for my Eagle project with no cost to myself. And I want to thank the town of Clifton Park and the Community Action Fund providing me funds and schematics for the project. Additionally, I want to thank all the Scout leaders and of course my parents who helped me across these 8 long years. While many people have helped me across my entire Scouting journey, I want to acknowledge a few certain people. I have some gifts for you guys. If you could please come up when I call you. Jay Phillips was one of my first Scoutmasters and my church bishop, and he helped me through my very early ranks. Can you please come up? Steve Markham was also my Cub Scout leader at one point, and then he became one of my Scout leaders in Troop 101 as well. Dave Lala was my first Troop Master at Troop 6. He also helped me guide me through some of the earlier ranks as I joined Troop 6 and was adjusting to them. Mike DePercio was there for my whole Scout. Mr. Partika, could you also come up? He joined me on the last stretch of my Eagle journey as Scoutmaster. He helped me with the new Scouts and helped me figure out how to help lead them and what's best for them. And of course, Mike DePercio, he was there throughout for essentially my entire Scouting journey. He gave me everything to know on how to start my Eagle project. He helped reassure my very nervous parents, and he was always there as I needed help. So I also want to award Mr. Percio with the Mentor Badge. Now, I'll try to make this a little quick, but I want to talk about one of my more formative earlier Scouting experiences. I was around 11 at the time, and I was essentially a brand new Boy Scout with Troop 101. I had not gone on any campouts with them at the time, and we were going on a short hike in the Adirondacks to stay overnight at a pond in late fall. I was really small at the time, and I struggled to keep up with the older and much bigger scouts. But the older scouts and leaders helped me keep up. They kept their pace low. They made sure they helped me carry my stuff. They were just being really helpful. As we finished the hike, I was extremely exhausted. Even though it was a couple miles, it felt forever for me. But to my horror, I realized that this wasn't like any of the other easy scouting trips I'd gone on. There were no outhouses, no heaters in like a cabin or lean-to where we could shelter from the cold. We were just in the Adirondacks with barely any signs of human life around us. To say that I was disappointed would be an understatement. I moped around camp trying to avoid people so I wouldn't have to do anything. But the scouts eventually found me and they helped me with the chores and stuff needed to be done for preparation for camp. But the world had other plans for me, and I got very sick in a tent with 5 other people in it, and I kind of vomited everywhere. It was not a fun experience for anybody involved, but still, they, for some reason, still dealing with me, helped me clean up the mess, helped me get situated for the night. Somehow, the rest of the trip went pretty well. I'm sharing this story because it taught me what I think is the most important part of the Scout law. A Scout is helpful. On that trip, there are many times I did not deserve the help and kindness of Scouts or leaders around me, but they helped me because it was the right thing to do. No matter what any person's circumstances are, we should always try to be helpful and kind. It is always the right thing to do. Lastly, I want to thank everybody for being here again and for attending my court honor. Have a Merry Christmas and have happy holidays. I also want to give my grandparents, I almost forgot that, sorry. I have some pins for you, if you could come up, please.
We have some distinguished guests here today who'd like to come forward and say a few words. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Phil Barrett, Town Supervisor of Clifton Park, to please come forward.
Well, good morning. It's indeed a pleasure and an honor to be here to celebrate an incredible achievement by Jacob. The Veterans Park in Clifton Park has been around for a number of years, but after we greatly expanded it by adding property, over 100 acres, to what we had originally, the need for information for visitors to that area was extremely important and made Jacob's project that much more valuable to the community. And we are forever grateful for that permanent information and marker that he provided for a beautiful section of our parks and recreational resources. And I think Jacob's story was a great metaphor for life. He was outside of his comfort zone. He had a little bit of challenge there. It was a little rough. which usually happens in life when you're outside of your comfort zone. But after we got through that rough patch, he said, and the rest of the trip was pretty good. And I think that's a great metaphor for life and something we shouldn't skip over. And as all these youngsters go out into the world, continue their journey, long journey to Eagle, they too will see that. They'll be outside their comfort zone, they'll run into rough patches as we all do, but how we respond and overcome those challenges will certainly shape our lives for the future. So I know you've learned a lot along your road to Eagle, Jacob. Those are lessons you'll take with you throughout your life. I also want to just again thank the volunteers and the mentors. You saw the people up here that Jacob was recognizing. These individuals put an incredible amount of time and effort on a volunteer basis to help the youngsters here achieve their goals. So Jacob, on behalf of the town of Clifton Park, thank you so much. Congratulations, and we look forward to great things in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Barrett. We're honored today to have Ms. Mary Beth Walsh, New York State Assembly member, here today, who would also like to come and say a few words.
Well, good morning. It's still morning. Good morning, everybody. I had an early start. It's an honor to join with you all today, and it's such a busy time of the year. It's nice that we have so many people coming out to congratulate Jacob. I don't know you personally, Jacob, but because you're an Eagle, I know things about you, and I think that that's one of the really cool things about being an Eagle Scout is that for over 100 years, about 2.5 million Eagles have been created. Young men have been created, and we know that statistically in studies, you're a community leader. You're going to be more likely to vote. You're going to be more likely to donate. You're going to be more likely to enter the military if that's in your future. You're going to be more embedded in your community. And so, as a person in the community myself, I'm happy to celebrate you because we need more people like you. And I'm looking at all the scouts who are coming up. We need you to follow this path too because, and it's so amazing to me to see generations involved in scouting in your family. I mean, I think that's pretty unique and that's really nice to see. I know that you'll be heading off to follow your career path in engineering, I think is what you're studying, and also a church mission that you're going to be starting. So wherever life takes you, you're going to take these lessons that you gain through scouting. I always say that I'm a very proud Girl Scout. I was a Girl Scout. I didn't follow it all the way to gold and silver awards, but I think that the challenge as a parent and as a grandparent is to try to say, how are we going to create a good man that's going to be entering the world. And I think that scouting is certainly a wonderful way to do that and wonderful lessons. And again, I previously had sent along a citation recognizing, is it here? Oh, it's right in front of it's literally right in front of me. Sorry. I won't read the whole thing, but I would like to present it to you now. It talks a little bit about your project, yes, but it talks about that a community is only as strong as those who help it grow and flourish through their vision, dedication, and drive, and is only as great as the individuals who provide exemplary service to their community through steadfast involvement, personal achievement, and simply through a lifetime of good citizenry. As an Eagle Scout now, as you enter your adulthood, you're going to continue to be a good citizen, and wherever life takes you, you will find ways to give back. And I'm very grateful for that, and your community is too. So on behalf of the 112th Assembly District that I'm honored to represent, I'd like to present this with you now. Congratulations. Second. Okay.
Thank you. So there are many other congratulatory letters and citations that Jacob has received. They'll be on display in the fellowship hall after our ceremony. I'll just read a few of them to you. From the Scouting America program, there are letters from the Scout Executive and CEO of Twin Rivers Council, from the National Chair, the President, and the National Commissioner of the Scouting Program, the President of the National Eagle Scout Association, and the National Chair of the Order of the Arrow. From state and federal government officials, we have a certificate from Governor Kathy Hochul, U.S. Representative Paul Tonko, Assemblywoman Mary Beth Walsh, which you just received, and from Town Supervisor Phil Barrett, which you also received. From the branches of the U.S. military, the U.S. Coast Guard Academy, the U.S. Navy Blue Angels, and the West Point Military Academy. And certificates from other agencies include NASA, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and the National Park Service. So as I said, these letters and citations are on display during the reception that follows our ceremony. And this brings our Eagle Court of Honor ceremony to a close. We'd like to thank everyone for joining us and participating in this ceremony. Following our closing, Jacob's family invites all guests for a lunch reception in Hatley Hall, right around the corner to the right. This will include the displays I mentioned and showcase some of Jacob's adventures through the Scouting program. In closing, on behalf of everyone in Troop 6, I extend to you, Jacob, to your parents, Katie and Jared, to your brother Daniel, and to all your relatives and friends, your grandparents who are here today, our sincerest congratulations on your achievements in Scouting. Please stand for our closing ceremony. Will the color guard please come forward to retire the colors? Color guard, retire the colors. Scout salute. Two. Thank you.